And we're live.
Yes.
Hola.
The post game has started. All right. Cheers.
So
Dylan.
Yingling, beautiful.
All right. So we had this whole thing planned out for the post game with our little fake
Little kicker
guy. But we went.
Our little Cody Parkey.
We went Simpsons on him, and his little leggy fell off.
That's my fault. I apologize, guys.
So we could not do the kicking challenge that we wanted to do. So we got to come up with something different to talk about. And so the thing that we wanted to talk about is Stone Pony.
Yes.
Steve Stone.
Steve Stone
was
He's
just
an AL
interviewed.
Cy Young win, right? Cy Young?
There's no question.
Yeah.
Yes, 1980.
He threw
1980.
8 million curveballs, kind of like Patrick Corbin did last
Nice.
year.
There's no question.
So he was just interviewed by Fangraphs.
Nice.
And Beefloaf, give a little bit about the Fangraphs interview that we heard.
Absolutely. So he went high and low talking about baseball. He trotted out his philosophy that teams these days should go to 4-man rotations because they're not taxing the starters as much. He's been talking about that for 15 years ish, whatever.
Right.
But he gave a synopsis on the big three White Sox starters, and I'll just give you a quick summary. Reynaldo Lopez, he believes, has the ceiling of a number one starter. He believes that the velocity plays up. He keeps the velocity late into games, and the stuff is there, and he just needs to learn how to pitch. He believes that Carlos Rodon, a fully healthy Carlos Rodon, slider's unhittable. And he has the ceiling of a top-of-the-rotation guy.
Yeah.
Lucas Giolito, not so much. I'll read the full Lucas Giolito
This is the
excerpt.
best part of it. This is the best part.
Giolito can be good, but he dropped 3 miles per hour in his velocity. I don't know why. He's got a very good curveball. He doesn't like to throw it. I don't know why.
Don't know why.
He has a tendency to fall off the mound and yank the ball 3 feet wide of the plate. I don't know why.
Don't know why.
I'm not his pitching coach. I don't have to know why.
I don't have to know why.
I love it.
No fucks are given by Stone Pony.
I love the Stone Pony, and I think that, this is typical of Steve Stone. Like he doesn't pull punches. I'm sure, like if you knew him in real life, he's probably like a really cool guy to hang out with, but kind of a prick.
Yes.
Like you probably don't love the guy.
That'd be my guess.
Or you absolutely love him because he's your asshole. Like that kind of guy.
At Sox Fest, he is not really well liked by some people.
Okay.
And the problem is with him is that if people ask him to sign baseballs, he will not sign on the sweet spot.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I like that
He will
too.
sign on a side panel.
Yeah.
Or he will sign on the sweet spot and then smudge it because he doesn't want you to sell his autograph.
Okay.
You know
Steve
what?
Stone's autograph's not worth a lot.
I'm down though. I like it. I like that he's a little bit of a prick.
You're just
about
down
that.
with like any guy that fucks over a fan that's paying money to get autographs.
No, I'm not saying fucks over. I'm saying he gives you something where it's like if you really want his autograph,
You got
it.
Yeah.
You're all good. You got his autograph, and you could tell the story of like, hey, Steve Stone, he won't sign on the sweet spot, but I got his autograph because like I'm a fan of him.
Yeah.
Right.
And who he fucks over is the guy who wants the autograph that wants to go and sell this shit.
Yes.
So no one's really selling this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a little egotistical, but
A little
nevertheless, like, I think the person who's getting it and needs it to be perfect, also a little egotistical. Like,
That's possible.
what the fuck
There's
does
no
he owe
question.
you?
Yeah.
Well, those guys are fanatics. So we'll see what happens. I do not have a copy of his Playgirl, but I'm definitely going to print out one of the pictures of the Playgirl.
Good
Oh,
idea.
you think he'll sign
see
it?
if he'll sign it.
I think he'll
I
sign
doubt
it.
he'll
And
sign
it'll be
it.
like to the 108ers.
0% chance.
You
I think he'll sign
crazy
it.
ass
You know what?
No way he
assholes.
does.
I bet Benetti will sign it.
Benetti might sign it.
I bet you could get Benetti to if you could get Benetti to sign Steve Stone's sweet thigh just hanging out there, that would be a win. That would be better than getting
His thigh is
Stone.
glistening.
That's the
It's a
sweet
glistening
spot. Because
thigh.
Steve
That is
Stone
the real
won't-
sweet spot.
Steve Stone won't sign it there. That's the sweet spot.
Is Playgirl still a thing?
I don't know.
No clue.
I don't know either. But Benetti
The
might,
last time I went to buy one, they were sold out. So I
Benetti
don't know.
might be the next one, though, to be in the Playgirl. Who knows? Maybe Benetti's going to be in there.
No, he might be swinging too much, and it's hard to hide it. Like I'm not sure how they do it.
Do they hide it? I mean, like I know Stoney doesn't show off the Stone Pony, but maybe now it's all hog.
That's
You
true.
never know.
Could be. I'm not sure.
So my question to the group though is, let's say the Sox suck again this year, let's say they don't get Manny. Let's
Yeah.
say shit is bad.
Yep.
Or let's say they do get Manny and shit's still bad.
Apparently, Philly has made a big, strong offer for both.
Nah, that's bullshit. But
That's
nevertheless,
what Bobby Knapp's saying.
nevertheless, let's say the Sox are not good this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is probably going to happen regardless.
True.
And Stone Pony just out there telling it how it is. Do they fire him for telling it how it is like the Cubs did?
That's a great question because they've not been confronted with an announcer that would really tell the truth
No.
because they always had a homer as an announcer with Hawks.
Right.
He
And
told the exact opposite of the truth.
right, he was always way behind the team. I'm not sure, in spite of the fact that Stoney and Jerry Reinsdorf, both members of the tribe, would in theory stick together, that Stoney wouldn't go out there and really just tell it exactly how it is. I don't know how Jason Benetti would couch that. Maybe they'd make it fun and he wouldn't get in trouble. And it wouldn't be sort of like that Cubs thing. But he's willing to do it. He gives no fucks. And we all know that just based on what I just read about Lucas
That's
Giolito.
true.
I mean, do you think Benetti actually tries to like play it down, or do you think he piles on top?
Definitely plays it down. He's early in his career. He's got a job that he really likes. Granted, he's got national written all over him. He's going to be going on to something else at some point. Like the Sox will, in theory, be in a bidding war, which they won't actually bid. So he'll go off and do some other stuff, maybe NFL or whatever. But like
Yeah, I don't
for
think
now,
that's
I think he
gonna
wants to be here, and this is the
Okay,
job
so
he wants.
Let me phrase this differently then. So, as a fan, do you want the guy who just tells it as it is and gives shit to a team that's doing shitty, or do you want the homer who's like, you know, pat him on the back, they had a really good batting practice, that guy?
That's a good picture. That's it. That I mean,
That is a good picture.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Me,
That's
I'm
it.
always a good picture.
Yeah.
That's a good question. But what you're saying is as a fan. But that's not who they work for. They work for the owner. So as an owner, do you want
No,
especially
I don't give a shit about the owner. I want to know you guys
But
as
no.
fans. What do you want?
but that's not who employs
I know that's not what's keeping him fired or hired.
Yeah, different question,
I'm
right?
asking like
I'm
what-
not the guy who tells
what do
the
you-
truth,
what do you
goddammit.
want? Like what do you want to listen to?
I would rather hear I think Hawk definitely was a homer, but I
Yeah.
also think Hawk said it how it was. When you would
Oh, I don't
have
think so.
when Hawk would drop when the
I don't
Sox
either.
were up and then they would like epically fail in front of everybody. I'm being my basic bro. He would say like what comes to mind is that infield pop up where Beckham came in and took out Mark Tehan's legs, and then Addison
Classic play.
Hey.
Who was that other? Who was the pitcher that we had for Hapman? Addison Reed was like
Yeah.
couldn't catch the ball, and the guy got a double.
Yeah.
You know, it was an infield fly.
I mean,
guy
he
got a
calls
double.
that kind of shit out, but like
I disagree with my Sox summer.
Okay.
I think that Hawk Harrelson was always washing Jerry's balls at every chance he got.
Oh, that's not.
And he loved Jerry, and it was always a Jerry fucking love fest. He can never be critical of the fact that they fuck things up left and right. And you should be able to be critical of that stuff.
yeah,
That's
100%.
why, look, when you're out there listening, you're ingesting information about the team. You would prefer, or at least I would prefer, to have the people that don't have themselves on the take. They're not bothered by, oh, okay, well, we have to feed from that hand right there, so we can't bite that hand, and we think they're
Yeah.
fucking up. And so I would prefer the guy who's willing to say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, I mean that's my thought. Is like I want the guy who's going to call the guys out for sucking, and not so much like, oh, they made this ridiculously bad play that's very obvious to everybody, right? But when you're out there just yelling at the ump, going, "What the fuck is the ump doing?" A guy who's going to go like, "You shouldn't take that pitch. That's a close pitch. You should swing at that fucking pitch. You did a bad job." Or on the other side, like, that's not the pitch you throw in that situation. You deserve to get burned on that by the
Yeah.
ump, right? Like you make the right pitch. You beat the batter. You don't try and do something fancy because you're afraid of going head to head with this guy.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of guy that I think Stoney could be.
Yes, that's the
And
guy
I've
he is.
seen him be that.
Yeah.
But he might be
And
afraid of that.
I prefer that. That's the guy that I want. And I hope that when the time comes, we don't have to see this, right? Like I hope that like the Sox are good and they don't make these fucking mistakes
Right.
and they don't fuck up. But if they are fucking up, I want Stoney and Benetti to come down on them and say, this is not how you fucking play baseball. They're doing everything wrong. This is bad. And hold them accountable, right? I want that announcer. I like the homer. I like a guy, and I think they could do both of these things.
For sure.
When they're doing good, to be really excited. And I think that's something that football lacks. Like, I think that football fucks up
by national broadcast.
By only having national broadcasts all the time. They fuck up. And they don't have like a guy who gets excited when there's a really good play.
Right.
And they don't get upset when there's really bad play. Right. And like, I think if the NFL if the NFL wanted to do something, they would go to local broadcasts for these things.
There's no question.
So that they could have something like that. And I think my problem with the MLB right now is that if you listen to other broadcasts, I'm not going to blame the Sox for this because I don't, and I'll say the Cubs don't do this either.
Right.
But when you start listening to other broadcasts, they all sound like national broadcasts, and it's fucking boring as shit.
Yeah, it's tough to listen to.
I want to hang myself listening to half of the fucking broadcast in the MLB.
Totally agree.
Post 85, right? When you guys were listening to or watching a Bears game or listening to a Bears game, did your dad turn down the sound on the TV?
Put the radio.
Put the radio on. Yeah.
20?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had Wayne Larrivee doing the call.
Yeah.
Like my dad literally would shut the volume off, put the fucking take the radio from the kitchen, put it in the front room, listen to the radio call. It might be a little bit delayed,
That's fine though. You got the enthusiasm of home call, right?
That's how he did it.
Much better.
They wanted he wanted the local. He wanted somebody that actually knew what they were talking about versus Joe Buck and Troy Aikman telling you what they think. Some analysis that some fucking intern wrote 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, I want to go nuts.
Totally agree. Yeah.
I still remember me and Beefloaf being kids, and like the Bears would score a touchdown, or the Sox would hit a home run. Like we'd watch both of those. Like, I mean, I think when we were kids, we watched just as much baseball as football. We loved the Bulls, right? It was just big sports, and all the Bulls. Like, we were big Bulls.
Definitely Bulls.
That
early Bulls stuff,
yeah. But watching those things, like you hit a home run or the Bears score a touchdown, like everyone in the house is jumping up and down. We're going crazy. I remember still we had the little low coffee table.
Yeah.
And like we'd be going crazy, and our fucking dog would swoop in and steal all the food off the table while we were going crazy. But yeah, I mean, like, I want that level of fanaticism, both sides.
Yeah.
I want when they're doing good, get nuts with us.
Yeah.
Get crazy.
And when they're bad,
say they're bad.
You suck.
Fucking say it.
I think it's just going to be hard because they know where their fucking bread's buttered, and that's what they're going to do.
I think at this point, Stoney's probably not afraid of doing that.
Right.
I think at worst, it's a personal relationship with Jerry Reinsdorf. He might not want to cross over.
Yeah.
Just because it maybe considers him a friend or whatever. I think Stoney's willing to do it. I don't think Benetti is willing to do it.
Benetti's definitely.
Yeah.
Benetti will do it, but he'll do it in a fun way, and he won't really lay into the team at all.
Yeah. I got you.
He's too young to do it.
I think you're right.
And Benetti has a good backbone, or has a good point that they're young and they're rebuilding and blah blah blah. And he's going to be able to ride that out for at least another 2 years.
I'm still disappointed. Super Jock broke his fucking.
I know that sucks.
It's my fault. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, no, I don't think it was your fault.
We'll get a Super Jock going soon.
We're gonna get
this
one.
working. And until then, we will see you guys very soon. We'll see you next weekend at Soxfest and Soxfest after party. And we'll be drinking all up till then.
Yeah.
And hopefully in there we get that Manny Machado signing.
Hell yeah.
That'd be wonderful.
Hopefully
all right,
it's
guys.
soon. All right. Cheers.
Peace.